I didn't want to mention Batman in my review, so I'll mention it right at the beginning. The Batman movie is in damn good hands, guys. What's happening, film nerds? David the Film Junkie here, bringing you a film review of War for the Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes, of course, stars Mr. Andy Serkis. Well, we got Steve Zahn in there, too. He's notable. It's got Woody Harrelson playing the big baddie, and it's directed by Matt Reeves. That's right. He did the last one, and it was phenomenal. And then we got this one right here, kind of wrapping up, putting a little bow on this Planet of the Apes trilogy. And, yeah, some shit's going on. War for the Planet of the Apes basically sees the conclusion to Caesar's story, I guess you could say, because, you know, he's still trying to make sure his kind stays alive. Okay, we got bad soldiers out there that are still offing a lot of apes, and he just wants to get them to a certain spot in the world where they're not going to be bothered by humans. The humans have, you know, of course, a different agenda. They're trying to, like, you know, win, I guess, the war. They don't want the apes to take completely over. And certain things are happening that I'm not going to mention. No spoilers right here, but certain things are happening where it's seeming like humans are just going to be totally wiped out, you know, because, you know, we had the virus that, of course, wiped out most of the humans, but then we got something else that's happening that it could just potentially wipe out everybody, and then it's just going to be, well, a planet of apes. Caesar must lead his species to this place and, of course, take on Woody Harrelson. So what did I think of War for the Planet of the Apes? My God, this movie's a goddamn masterpiece, Matt Reeves! That's why I said the Batman's in good hands, guys. Holy shit. This Planet of the Apes movies, out of the three, this one is the best one. It's amazing. You don't really see this much, but each movie just got better and better. This is going to go down as one of the best trilogies. And when you see like one of those like graph, you know, you see trilogies and they have like the graphs, which one's the better? Usually the second one's better, but no, it's just going to go up because this one floored me. It is a goddamn masterpiece on scope, on story, on acting, on everything. I don't have a gripe. I don't have a gripe with this movie. It's amazing. What amazes me is just like how they took the idea of Planet of the Apes. If you watch the classic stuff with Charlton Heston, I mean, it's cheesy. Even when you watch that Mark Wahlberg one, what the fuck was going on with that one? You got these talking apes and some humans shuffled in there, and it's just, it's rather cheesy. But what they decided to do when they did that first one, when they did Rise, they were like, okay, let's actually ground it in somewhat reality. What would happen if, like, this happened? They were trying to make apes smaller. They were trying to do stuff with the brain, the human brain, but they were testing on apes. So what would happen if they took over? You know, when you saw the origin, it was great. And then all of a sudden you saw the continuation, and that was great. And then you got this movie that's like a conclusion. You're just going, wow, how did they pull this off? Especially Matt Reeves, since he did 2 movies about apes taking over the world. It sounds like such a cheesy idea, but he just makes it work so well. I mean, I'm telling you, just like the cinematography is excellent. The build-up, some of the intensity of the scenes are just right off the bat. You're going, oh my God, gripping. You're white-knuckling the chair. I don't know how he does it. And yeah, you just see some of that and you're just like, man, this guy is just a brilliant filmmaker. Again, the performances. Andy Serkis deserves a goddamn Academy Award. This movie deserves Academy Award nominations. Best pick, best director, best leading actor, Andy Serkis. But he probably won't get it because they don't look at it like that. Even though he's doing all the mannerisms. This is him. When you see Caesar, that is full-on Andy Serkis. If you look into those eyes, those are Andy Serkis's eyes. And he gives a phenomenal performance, a powerful performance, okay? This guy had me going, yes! And had me going, and fucking lump in the throat, on the verge of crying. Even all the other actors that are playing the apes. Steve Zahn, where did he come from? He plays the bad ape. And he was great, and he was kind of like the comedy relief. That's what was great, too, because I was going, okay, there's no way that there's going to be humor in this movie, right? I mean, the last one had, I mean, a little bit, but it wasn't like much. But with Steve Zahn's bad ape character, yes, there was some humor peppered in with mainly him, you know, and some of the other apes, too, but it didn't feel forced. It was perfect. It was absolutely perfect, and I was shocked. I'm like, man, I haven't really heard from Steve Zahn in a while, and here he is playing one of these apes. I mean, obviously you don't know who he is, but you could tell, you can hear his voice, and it's just, he did a fantastic job. And like I said, so did everybody else. So did the little girl that doesn't talk really in the movie and everything. Woody Harrelson too, man. I've always been a Woody Harrelson fan. I've loved the guy. I mean, he's one of those actors where you go, the movie sucked, but I liked Woody Harrelson. Yeah, he's good. He does a great job playing the baddie, and there's some intense scenes with him and Caesar. Holy shit. And, oh man, it's so powerful, and just you see how they interact with each other. It's crazy. The visual effects, the CGI, the mocap, it's almost flawless, guys. It's practically flawless because when you see they zero in on the faces and you see all the emotion, you see the texture, you see the movements, you see I can't. It's amazing how it is. Andy Serkis, I know he perfected it, and then you got Matt Reeves, who's also, oh man, and I tell you what, this movie deserves so many awards, it's crazy. And like I said, no gripes. I really have no gripes. This is how much I was engaged with this story. I forgot to finish my beer, okay? It was towards the end, and I realized I had some beer left in my cup. Yeah, I go to one of those theaters that you can drink beer in there. Yeah, I forgot. That's how engaged I was, okay? And I'm telling you, you go through all the emotions. You know, you're going like, you're gripping the chair, you're laughing, you're almost crying, you're just like, and then you're angry too. There's so many emotions that you go, I'm just warning you. You go through the levels of emotion in watching this movie. So I highly suggest seeing this movie, guys. This is like it's just great filmmaking right here. This is such an epic movie. It's just as what summer blockbuster movies are all about. Well, not necessarily. It's not like a popcorn flick where you're just like, So obviously, I'm going to put this movie on the favorite movies of 2017 for sure, guys. You must go see War for the Planet of the Apes. It is the best one, the best Apes movie out of the trilogy. It is just exquisite filmmaking. Matt Reeves is now up there. He's up there with Reeves. He's up there with Zemeckis. He's up there with Spielberg, for fuck's sake. All right? He is. Reeves is just he's cemented himself as a pivotal filmmaker, and like I said, the Batman is in good hands. I cannot wait to see what he does with it. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So there you have it, guys. That is my review of War for the Planet of the Apes. Let me know if you saw it down below in the balls area and what you thought about it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you Let me know down below, guys. I'm telling you, it's awesome. It's fantastic. It's in my top 5 of movies already of this year. Probably top 3, I would say. Yeah, that's how much I love this movie. Not like, loved. That's right. Hit that like, thumbs up button if you'd be so kind. Subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to the other channel too. Follow me on the social media stuff that is above my head. All right, guys. Talk to you later.